Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For today's video I am going to create this soft everyday glam look using some of my favorites of 2019. We're going to do a little recap. I'm going to try to limit each category to one product, which was a little bit hard. I have some obvious products that I've been loving all year long, some that are a bit more recent but I can't put down. So if you want to see how I created this look and what are some of my favorites of 2019, please keep on watching. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, you can also follow me on Instagram. Don't forget to ring the little bell right here so you don't miss out on any new uploads. Thank you for watching, and without any further ado, let's get ready. One of my first favorites of the year is the Rodial Dragon's Blood Essence Mist. This is fantastic to prep your skin, to set your makeup, to refresh your skin within the day. I love that product. This is my second bottle. It's super lightweight. The mist is so fine and smells very nice too. That's the first thing I do in the morning actually, is to refresh my skin with this. And it feels so nice. Another one that I've been loving is the Youth to the People Adaptogen Soothe and Hydrate Activated Mist. This one's really good to prep your skin. The mist is fine, very fine too, so you could set your makeup or refresh your makeup with it. Very lovely, both of these. For this year, my favorite serum has been the Clarins Double Serum. I emptied that bottle, like I probably had another one too, so that's my second empty, and I'm just about to start a fresh one with you. I really like that serum just because my skin is dry to normal. I live in a very dry climate. Really hydrates, it's so nice and really makes my skin like super bouncy. Love that serum. Eye cream, no surprise if you've been following me on my channel. The Kiehl's Creamy Eye Treatment with Avocado has been my favorite eye cream of the year. I've been loving the Sunday Riley Tidal Brightening Enzyme Water Cream. This is very, very nice. I love the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream too. Alright, so we have a nice dewy base, but I like to add something a tiny bit illuminating. The Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, I'm in the shade 2. This one has been my holy grail, especially during summertime, because in summer I don't wear a ton of foundation on a everyday basis, but I like to have like a nice glowy skin and maybe spot conceal if I have a little pimple or something. So this one has been lovely. And another one I've been using a ton lately is the Rodial Soft Focus Glow Drops. So these drops are super hydrating. It's illuminating, but like in a nice subtle way, like it's not too intense compared to the Charlotte Tilbury Glow, and it has no tint to it. So I'm going to show you, it kind of looks pink in a dropper. So that is the Rodial one, and when you put it on your hand, like it just had very microscopic particles that are reflecting, like diamond powder particles that are reflecting the light, but very softly. And sometimes when I don't have time to put and my serum and my face cream, I just do that. For foundation, so for an everyday look, to be honest, lately I've been using just a tiny bit of concealer under my eyes and to hide a tiny bit of redness or little marks like a little acne spot. But a base that I've been loving that is super light but it has kind of that blurring effect is the NUDESTIX Tinted Cover. So I think this is a tiny bit dark for me now. This is the shade Nude 4, but I've been loving this for an everyday makeup look, no fuss. I don't want to look like I'm wearing foundation, but just something, you know, a little veil of something. This is beautiful. I've been really liking the Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. Very nice too, but it has more coverage. And since it's like a light one, I kind of like to mix those together. So one pump of the NUDESTIX Tinted Cover. And I'm gonna do a little pump of Shiseido, and in the Shiseido I'm the shade 230 Alder to make it a tiny bit more light. I'm really pale right now. And yeah, I like to apply it with my hands. Gives a nice tint. It kind of hides a tiny bit of the redness, but you can still see my freckles, my little beauty marks. Looks very natural. For my under eye area, I've been loving the Tarte Color Clay CC under eye corrector. This has been my best friend. I've been traveling with it so much. I'm in the shade light medium. You can see that I've been really liking that thing. Like, I start to heat pan. Compared to the Charlotte Tilbury, like the Charlotte Tilbury one is very nice too. I would say it's the Charlotte Tilbury, the one I got, the medium 2, is a bit darker. So it has more of a corrective effect. Like if I have very dark under eye, very dark circles, like I would maybe use this one. This one I love because if I'm in a rush, I can just use it on its own and I don't feel like I need to put like a light concealer on top of it. Now it doesn't come with a mirror, like it's pretty simple packaging, but I don't mind. I have so many other products with mirrors included. Look at that. It's brightening, it's correcting. I love that one. When I finish, see what I mean by you almost don't need a concealer on top of that. But if I were to use a concealer, my favorite discovery of the year is the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric Concealer. This is the shade 2, but I have a darker one for summer, which is 4.5. So a tiny bit warmer, you can barely tell here. This one is more neutral. So I'm just gonna put a tiny bit just to brighten. On that little spot, I'm just gonna use a darker one. Okay, and I'm gonna use a tiny bit here, not too much. Favorite concealer brush, this is a Morphe M335. Love that thing. I think if you want to have like a natural looking skin and don't look too cakey, the secret is really like not to use too much product. Just use more coverage wherever you need to. I like just to put it in the center of the nose just to sculpt a tiny bit the nose. So light a tiny bit bright here. Yeah. So funny, I always start really bright and then I have to dim the light a tiny bit. Alright, and then the concealer. I was wearing my glasses before, so I still have a little bit of the marks here. And I always finish with what is left on my brush on my lid. And then I finish here. Voila! For a little powder, I tried many powders. Really like the Hourglass Veil. The Laura Mercier is a staple. Nothing new here. Like, I haven't tried the Huda Beauty powder this year. I have so many loose powder, and since I have dry skin, I don't tend to use a lot of it. So, like, I don't want to buy more. So I like to set a tiny bit under the eyes because sometimes when you're very hydrated, you can see the light reflecting here and it kind of creates that little hollow under your eye if you don't set. So here you can maybe see the difference. And I usually, yeah, only set here and a tiny bit in the crease if I put my concealer. So my concealer doesn't crease right here. I've been loving the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush Quad, the Ghost one that recently came out. I've been using it a ton. But right now, I'm just gonna show you this one that I got last year, the Ambient Lighting Edit, the Unlocked one. It recently came back. Maybe the packaging was a tiny bit different, but if it's still available, this is a beautiful palette, beautiful. And what I like to do, I like to take a big fluffy brush and I go to that shade, which is number 1, finishing powder, soft light, and I'm just very, very lightly putting this right there. So the skin still looks luminous, but a tiny bit less greasy here. Beautiful palette. They come out every year with a new one. I actually have a new one, the Lighting Edit Ghost one. I got it during the VIP sales. Very pretty one, and the thing that convinced me to purchase it are those blushes. They are so pretty, so pretty. But for bronzer, something I've been using non-stop since I bought it is the BAREMINERALS Endless Summer Bronzer in the shade Faux Tan. I love that thing, and you can see I put a serious dent in it. It's just the perfect color for me. It's between a contour shade and a bronzing shade. So when I use this, I don't need to contour at all. And on days, you know, I do a simple makeup. I don't contour. But I just love that shade. I love the formula. Faux Tan is great for my skin tone during this winter in particular, and during the summer. The other one is beautiful too. For cream bronzer, of course, everybody's talking about the Tom Ford and Shade and Illuminating one. It's very nice. I really like the Huda Beauty Tantour. I mean the shade Fair, though you have to be careful with the shade selection. The Milk Makeup bronzer, the shade Baked, beautiful. But this I've been loving. If I'm not using this, I'm using the bronzer in Charlotte Tilbury Instant Look in a palette. And I like to finish on my nose, just right here and under, just to create that nice little lifting effect here. Love that bronzer, so good. I highly recommend you to try it if you haven't already. Beautiful bronzer. For blushes, so many blushes this year, really nice ones. I just showed you like the Ghost palette, like the Quad from Hourglass. Patrick Ta blushes are very nice too. But if I have to pick one, Buxom Wanderlust Primer Infused blushes are so good, so good. I have all the colors. I bought all the colors. I started with Seychelles, and I think it's still my favorite color. This is the Perfect Nude. It's a powder, but it feels like a cream almost when you put it on, and it reflects the light beautifully. So they're very pigmented. Because of that, I like to use a duo fiber brush, and I just dab twice and apply it, and this is so beautiful. Look at that, the color is perfect for this winter, but you can also build up the intensity in the summer. It's very pretty too, but look at that, how it reflects the lights very nicely. It's just a perfect color. I like to finish on the nose. So pretty. Any color, any shade, try it. If you're fair, try Seychelles. They have a cute one like Dolly. They have very nice colors. If I were to pick cream blushes, I love the Charlotte Tilbury ones, like these ones. I don't know if they're limited edition or not. I think I have one in my makeup bag, my travel bag. This one is Peach Gasm, very pretty. Loved the Guerlain Universal Blush, like terracotta one, just because it smells like my place in summertime in the south of France. But also it's so pretty, so pretty. Very comparable to Peach Gasm, I would say, from Charlotte Tilbury. If you don't like fragrance, don't buy this one. I just love it because it smells like jasmine and orange flower, orange blossom. It smells so good. Yeah, Buxom has been the one I've been the most obsessed with. For highlighters, so many highlighters, great highlighters, like it's crazy the amount of highlighters that come out in the market. I do love the Pixie by Petra formula. I think it's very beautiful. If you never tried, in Canada they sell it at Shoppers. I think you can find it at Ulta probably in the States, and I don't know where else, but These are very pretty. I have one that I've been using, not on my channel because I think you can't get it anymore. Like that was a limited edition from YSL. This is Le Saharian Bronzing Stone highlighter, and this is such a beautiful highlighter. So on days I'm not filming, I'm using this one just because it's so beautiful. It looks wet on the skin. So I don't know if they released another one this year. I didn't look actually, but beautiful formula. The Pixie by Petra, I'm just going to show you quickly. This is Subtle Sunrise, and I mostly use this shade right now. The other one is a tiny bit dark, but maybe for summertime. It's a tiny bit more metallic, but not metallic like in a bad way. It's very pretty too, but one that I've been using non-stop is the Becca Champagne Pop. So this one is the limited edition packaging, but they still have it in the original packaging. This highlighter is so beautiful. It's just, it looks wet on the cheek. It's a perfect shade for me. I've been loving this and bathing my skin in it. Like, look at that. And it's not like something that looks powdery on my skin at all. I love cream highlighters too, and they have a cream highlighter, like a liquid formula that came with this, but I've been loving this summer too. The Charlotte Tilbury Light Wand is very pretty too. And it's funny because it looks good in summer and in winter. On the ears, why not? Look at that. So nice. So Champagne Pop from Becca. If you never tried this one, I'm sure it's a staple for many people, but it is really good. Really, really good. What I like to do at that step is to mist again, if I have time. So I'm using my Rodial Dragon's Blood Essence Mist again. And makes everything melt together, which is not too hard because I'm not like wearing like a thick foundation, you know, like full coverage. But it's just nice because look at the highlighter, like it's beaming even more. Love that. And honestly, I could just wear a tiny bit of brow gel and a little bit of mascara and I will be done. But we're gonna do something a tiny bit more complete. For my eyebrows, my favorite product of the year is the MAC Shape Plus Shade Brow Tint Définisseur Sourcil in the shade Taupe. I've been loving that thing. So I really like this side because you can really create that feathery look. I just done my eyebrows with it. And the other side I start with actually, and it has a bit of a color here on that little sponge tip, and I just fill in my brows like very lightly wherever I find like it's a little bit sparse. And then I like the Milk Couche Clear Brow Gel. Very nice to keep your eyebrows like up high, you know, and feathery. And I really like the little brush. I use the Benefit one very often too, the Anastasia Beverly Hills. But this one, I really like the formula. Now I find it a tiny bit small. Could be a bit bigger. For an eyeshadow palette, if I'm doing an everyday makeup look, usually I don't wear a ton on my eyes. I will just put a little bit of my bronzer in the crease and maybe under my lower lash line and call it a day. But if I want something a bit more extra, without being like glittery, sparkly, I loved the Natasha Denona Biba palette All Neutral. This is such a pretty eyeshadow palette. You have nice colors, different textures, like, and different formulas, like a cream to powder formula. Her mattes are probably some of my favorites, to be honest. And I really enjoy her cream to powder formula. I'm gonna do that today, and I think I'm gonna use Tor Sculpture. I'm gonna try to stay more in the neutral, like cool tones here. Although I don't feel like putting a ton of makeup, guys. Been so lazy lately. That's crazy. Anyway, let's put on the shade Sculpture. It's a beautiful gray, and I'm using a Sonia G Blender Pro brush. So for brushes, Sonia G, Wayne Goss, beautiful discovery here. I like Sigma brushes, MAC of course, but Sonia G and Wayne Goss, the quality is up there. Look at that color, it's so pretty. So yeah, I'm just picking one, but obviously I have so many eyeshadow palettes. I really love the Metropolis one from Natasha Denona. I love the Pat McGrath Labs Divine Rose. I like the Mothership 5, but I can't remember if it's been released this year or last year, to be honest. Or Quads. Iconic Illumination, I really like that one. It's the one I use the most, but the Ritualistic Rose is beautiful. What was I saying? The camera stopped. Yeah, I ordered the Pat McGrath Labs collab with Disney, like the Star Wars, little palettes and lip balms and everything the day it was released. Still waiting for it. I paid for fast shipping, 20 bucks, you know, so I'm not very happy about that actually. I won't be around after Christmas, so yeah, that's a bit annoying, but whatever. Okay, I keep going with the shade Sculpture, which I love. I think it's so pretty. I could put that all over my lid actually. Then I'm gonna grab the shade Tor with a Wayne Goss number 18. I'm just going to place it all over the lid. I really like the Charlotte Tilbury little quad to like the little Celestial luxury palette of Pops. Super cute too. See that color is so pretty. I'm really into cool tones too. Cool tones or neutrals. But on this you don't want to do too much. Boom. This is so pretty. Then I'm taking my Wayne Goss 05 brush. This is a very nice soft pencil brush. And I'm gonna go with Sculpture, our first shade. And then a tiny bit of Tor. Then in the center, I could leave it matte. I love a matte look. But I'm gonna go with the shade Monroe. And I'm gonna go with my finger. Just placing it in the center. And this is a bit more intense, but than what I would wear on an everyday basis. But it's pretty too. Okay. And that's all for the palette. I'm not gonna overdo it. I'm just gonna take a little bit of my highlighter and I'm gonna place some in the inner corner for a little pop. Then for a high pencil, I love the Charlotte Tilbury Rock and Coal Iconic Liquid Eye Pencil. I love these. I love the NARS ones, like which are called the High Pigment Longwear Highliners. Love these. So I'm gonna use that one, which is the black one. The Pixie by Petra are fantastic too, like super pigmented, super creamy. It's so easy to tight line with it. It's nice and soft. And I really like the 24/7 Glide on Eye Pencil from Urban Decay in the shade Underground. Very nice, like kind of a metallic taupe. Pat McGrath Labs makes great ones too. I actually have a cool tone brown somewhere that I like from her. Might be in my travel bag. But let's use that one. Nice and soft. For mascara, I have lots that I really enjoyed this year. The Tom Ford Badass mascara is really good, but it's so expensive. But it's really nice. I like the Tarte Big Ego mascara. Very nice for volume, but feathery lashes, not clumpy. And then if you want like a lot of volumes and length, like the Milk Kush mascara is my favorite. I bought a whole set like with 5 mascaras I think in it, or 4, I can't remember. So good, so good. So I'm just gonna show you. The brush is quite big, but I love what it does to my lashes. Look at the length, crazy. Okay, I'm gonna finish off camera. For the bottom lashes, I really enjoy the Fries Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara in the shade Brain Rich Black. It's so nice because it's a tubing mascara, so it doesn't give me raccoon eyes, it does not transfer, and it's easy to pull with a little bit of warm water. It's very easy to get rid of the mascara, and it just gives me like nice separated lashes at the bottom. Alright, almost done. For the lips, I really loved the Patrick Ta lip pencils and also the House Laboratories lip pencils, like Lady Gaga's brand. So I know it didn't get a lot of hype, but I'm really impressed with the formula, the power stay, the colors. So this one is in the shade En Pointe, and this is the RIP lip liner, Demi Matte lip liner. And I really like the color and really like the formula, so we're gonna use that one today. And I like to fill a little bit the outer corners. This formula allows it. Super easy. Really like the color. And then for a lipstick, if I have to pick one, it's hard. But I'm picking the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude in the shade Natasha. Love the formula. I love nude lipsticks, you know me. This one is a gorgeous nude. Look at that. And that is it. That is the final look, created with some of my favorite products of 2019. What do you guys think? I love it. I like the skin. I think it's nice and glowy. I love the nude lips. I like those cool tone eyeshadows. Biba palette is fantastic, super pretty. Everything I've been loving. Let me know if you have anything in common with me in your list. Let me know what are your favorite products of 2019. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram. Thank you so much for your support all year long. This year has been great, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.